Hurricanes exit. Gostisbehere, the former Flyer, flipped it off, and an offside whistle. Blake took an extra check at the back from Cam York. With 12:35 to go in the third, and Martone and Hall engaged, and Riley locked up with Cates.
At least one penalty. Taylor Hall's heading to the penalty box. Looks like there's a Flyer going to join him. And it looks like it's Porter Martone.
Number 71. Philadelphia penalty, number 94. 2 weeks for roughing.
By Sean Walker.
Rick Tocchet is called Owen Tippett a home run hitter. And so without him, they miss that speed. Oh, Zegras has gone after Blake here. And now the Hurricane are going to go after Zegras. This is part of the mess I was talking about.
Yep. Zegras got into it with Blake. Looked like there might have been a slash at first, and then it continued, and it did look like an elbow from Zegras up high on Jackson Blake, and now Konechny and Hall engage.
And we got Drysdale and Miller, quite a mismatch in size over here on the other side of the ice. Kelly Sutherland is making sure that players understand this is over and trying to separate them. We've got Zegras and Blake in the box to start. We'll see what else we get once TJ Luxmore and Kelly Sutherland discuss over at the penalty box. So here's the play. Oh yeah, so yep. Blake's going to get the initial slash. And then Zegras gets the elbow up into the mush, and then another cross check. Yeah, this is bubbling over here.
Two veterans there in Konechny and Hall. Yeah, there was the initial contact with Zegras and Blake barking at one another. And then Blake swings the stick at Zegras, who then answered back.
The Flyers giving it to Svechnikov a little bit, including one of their trainers, which not real sure what he's involved for. But Svechnikov hearing it about when he got slashed and went down on the ice, and I mean, that's pretty standard operating procedure. You're going to hear about that.
With 8:14 to go here in the third. We'll unpack it when we come back. Zegras and Blake in the box for now as the intensity ratchets up here in Raleigh. Back in Raleigh, we just got an announcement that said, quote, there are multiple penalties on the previous play. The result is a 2-minute power play for Carolina after this, and we bring in Dave Jackson. Jax, unpack this with Blake and Zegras.
Well, Mike, I can't tell you what was called exactly because, like you said, multiple penalties called. But you always talk about refereeing and how you want to set a standard in the first period. And that standard goes on, and sort of that's how the rest of the game goes. Well, in a bigger picture, you want to set the standard in game one. I remember as an official working game one of a playoff series, you don't want to be the crew that goes in there and lets things get out of hand, because then the crew's coming in behind you to do games 2 and 3. They have a tougher job. So there was probably some misconducts handed out here. It's not a close game. They're being doubled in shots. The score is 3-0. You're going to see misconducts handed out like candy probably if this continues. And all the referees want to do is protect players basically from themselves. They don't want to risk suspensions to players, so there's going to be very little tolerance for any after the whistle stuff or any kind of shots like that.
Jax, that's a good call because Zegras and Blake have both gone to their locker rooms. I'm assuming they both have misconducts on top of their minor penalties.
Yeah, and it's probably not over. We still got, 8 minutes to go here. You'll just see misconducts handed out. That means they're in the dressing room. You're just going to calm them down. Just bring the temperature of this game down. Let them all refocus for game 2.
Jax, let me ask you this as far as officiating protocol, and Rob Brindamore talked about this after game 4 between Carolina and Ottawa. What's the sense like of referees trying to see everything that happens on the ice in real time?
It is extremely tough. I don't think people quite realize how much little space there is out there in the ice. Constantly fighting for sight lines. Constantly. At the speed of the game, you can't see everything. And when you've got 10 guys in a scrum, you're going to miss a lot of things. I'm not a huge proponent of an eye in the sky helping you call minor penalties. But in situations like this, in scrums, I think we could have the conversation how it might be helpful going forward.
Couturier in over the line, fumbled the puck, and an offside whistle. And now Gaustisbehere gets into it with Sealer. And now Gaustisbehere gave a slash to the back of Glendening, and Sealer didn't like that.
But now they're both on the way, and here, you think Jax has done this before? Dave Jackson said, there'd probably be handing out misconducts like candy. There goes Sealer. There goes Gaustisbehere.
Carolina number 4, Philadelphia number 24. 10-minute misconducts.
Now you got 2 less guys to worry about. So there's the slash in the back of the legs. There's the Sealer retaliation. And now both of them are gone to the locker room with misconduct.
So Sealer and Zegras gone for the Flyers. Gaustisbehere and Blake gone for the Hurricanes.